Okay, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties, so there'll be 2 videos on this. But picking up where we left off, the delectable steak was so delicious that I finished every last bite. If it's delectable and it's food, I have almost an example right here, was so delicious. So this being so delicious helps me to figure out what delectable may mean. Although I didn't really like Val, I was amicable towards her because we were still expected to work together. So, not really liking somebody, but being amicable towards them because expected to work together. So you can't be mean and you can't be a bully to people that you don't really like when you're expected to work together. So what I need to do is figure out what would it mean. Okay, I don't care for that person, so I'm not going to call them all the time. I'm not going to be friends with them. I'm not going to talk to them all the time, but I'm expected to work with them. So what kind of words would describe being amicable towards them? Okay, so number 5, Ellie's family was as boisterous as a bunch of wild cowboys, while Carl's family was as calm as kittens. So I have a couple things going for me here. Boisterous compared to wild cowboys. And Carl's family seems to be the exact opposite, like calm kittens. So boisterous is definitely not calm as kittens. I'm talking about wild cowboys. The hoopin', the hollerin', I don't think you guys have seen old westerns, but that's the type of thing that I'm talking about, boisterous. So what would be a good way to describe that boisterous personality? Okay, so now we have the queen was so persnickety that she refused to eat anything that was not made with organic ingredients. Alright, so we have a persnickety person. There's a flat-out refusal to eat anything but something specific, like organic ingredients. So refusing to eat something but needing it to be very specific is persnickety. So what would I say about being persnickety? Okay, so number 7, generosity was inherent in Donna. Okay, so it's inherent and it's in her. So I have to think about something that was inherent, not describe Donna, okay? So generosity is there, but this is something that describes where it came from, not what it is. She was so giving and kind to everyone she met, and she had been that way her entire life. So being that way your entire life is the clue to inherent. When you are inherent, it's something that came your entire life. It does not matter if it's mean or angry or generous. It does not matter what type of adjective you're using. It matters is how do I describe the way she is her entire life. I need to define inherent, which is based on that entire lifespan thing. So think about that really hard. Don't give me words like nice and wonderful because that describes Donna. I need to know, how do I know that she's had it her entire life? Okay, the last one. I was appalled when I saw Billy taste the mashed potatoes at the buffet with the serving spoon and then put it back in the dish. Okay, so I'm appalled. And what I see is that Billy tasted something, so which means he put his tongue and teeth and whatever on the serving spoon and then put it back. So if I'm appalled by this behavior, appalled, how else could I describe appalled? By seeing somebody, take their spit, put it on a spoon, and then put it back where it mixes with everybody else's food. So appalled, how would I describe that word? Go ahead and fill it in. All right, so the truth is that we did a lot of these together in class. But since you are working on these on your own, if you're looking at the videos, you're going to need to come up with a lot of these words. There is another page that you have to go through. And this, again, is about finding those context clues. I need you to underline the context clues. If you like to emulate his every move, it annoyed Anthony, yes, but also warmed his heart because it was a role model thing. So if you emulate someone's every move because they're your role model, what would emulate mean? And then we have 8 pages or 8 sentences per page, so you have 8 more definitions to come up with. You need to underline those context clues and then explain what you think the word means. I don't want Webster's Dictionary. I want you to use your brain and come as close as you can. I want to see how well it goes, because we do have it's basically a practice quiz, but that practice quiz will let me know how well you are doing on your own and how much we need to continue to cover it as we go through it. So underline the context clues that tell you what it may mean, and then give a brief definition right here that is your own. All right, guys, I know that it's a complicated skill. I'm sorry that you missed the lesson because we went over it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. But in the meantime, definitely go make yourselves proud.